What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great day out there today. Guys, we're going to do a little shop work, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. So I've been out of town for about 2 weeks, and while I was out, I ordered a few parts, and you guys know I did the video with the Spark here. I was loving the wheels, and I wanted to try a set of these on Typhon. So I ordered an extra set of tires, and also, you guys know how I always replaced out the aluminum differential cases on all of my Arrma cars. And Corrali does make a 7075 T6 aluminum gearbox case set. So I ordered up one of these. We're going to put this on the back first and see how the fitment is, how the tolerances are, and all that good stuff. I also ordered an extra set of shock standoffs just to have around. If I sound weird, guys, I apologize. I'm cold, and that's why we're going to do a little shop work. And also because of this. We have snow, and it's still cold outside, and I have a cold, so that's why we're doing a shop day. So yeah, I've been at the NBA All-Star game for the last week doing the broadcast for that. And the only thing I brought back with me, unfortunately, was a cold. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get started on changing out the differential case on the Corrali. We're going to change out, replace the rear, and see how this thing fits up. But let's first throw some new tires on the Typhon and see how she looks with these on there. So they definitely are a little bit taller tire. Now these are the... Which tires are these on here? I can't remember the name of these things. These are the D-Boots Qatars on here now. But these ones are a little bit taller of a tire. As you can see, they pretty much disappear behind there. About the same width. But so far, guys, on the Spark, these tires have been holding up really well on here. I have not lost the bead. The bead's been holding up great. And the traction on the dirt or pavement has been awesome. So wanted to try a set of these on here. And many of you have asked me, you know, what my thoughts are between the Typhon and the Spark at this point, and I got this to say. They are both great buggies. But I know some of you guys are probably going to be shocked when I say this, but honestly, I like the handling better on the Spark. This thing just, the handling on it is great. I really love it. And one other thing, it flies flatter and straighter, if that makes any sense. Any guys are catching bigger, it flies very nicely. One of my issues with the Typhon always, that it tends to, when it starts floating in the air and doing some weird stuff. Now, we haven't got any massive, ramp launches yet, but I've set it pretty decent down at the skate park, and so far, she's staying pretty flat in the air, which I'm really liking. Hopefully soon we'll get to take the ramp out here and give this thing some proper sends off of there. But guys, the handling between the two of these, if I had to pick one strictly on jumping and handling right now, I honestly think I would take out the Spark. But we're going to try out the tires. Part of it might have to do with the tires. So we're going to throw these set of tires on here, and the next time we'll take the Typhon out, see how she handles and how she feels with that. But, yeah, I don't know. They're both great buggies, guys. They're a blast. You guys know I love my Typhon. The thing has been a great car. The thing launches like no other. And we're going to see how the Spark handles up to those giant launches. But, the turning and handling of the car, I'm definitely impressed with the Spark at this point. And the durability. I mean, you guys have seen, I've had this thing down to the skate park a couple times now and launching it down there. And so far, she has come home every day in one piece and completely ready. The other one, I tagged the pole and broke my bumper. But besides that, so far, the durability of it is spot on. But let's go ahead and get the tires changed out. And, looking at these tires, you can actually see glue out around the edges of the tire, which is really nice to see because they actually put some glue in there and didn't just put a couple drops on the inside. So must be why these things are holding together so well. And if you guys are interested in picking up a pair, here is the part number. You go on Team Corrali's site, look up under the Spark, and you can pull up all the parts for it and on their one-page manuals and grab a set of these tires. So far, time will tell, but so far the tires have been holding up and working great. All right, well, I'm definitely digging the look of these tires on the Typhon. She looks great. Can't wait to take this thing out for its next bash, see how she handles, how she flies, and see how these tires hook up on this car, too, under different conditions in the grass and dirt and concrete and all that, because I'm definitely digging it a lot on the Spark. So, Typhon's ready to roll for its next bash, but let's go ahead and get the gear case changed out on the new Corrali Spark, see how this new 7075 gearbox set works out. These are Team Corrali tuning parts. They have a lot of different 7075 parts for these cars you can change out and upgrade, so definitely nice. They got some options. All right, let's get into this box and see what we got in here. So, got some nice lettering done on here, 7075 tuning. Case has got a great feel to them. Yeah, I mean, it's 7075 aluminum. We'll see how the fitment goes on this. So curious what I'm talking about when I say fitment is the amount of play from side to side. If there's going to be much shimming required for the differential, because, you know, the big thing with your diffs is you want to shim them on this side, on the gear side, so that it pushes that gear as tight to the pinion as you can. I mean, you don't want it ungodly tight, but you want it nice and tight against there, because that reduces the chances of stripping your pinion gears and your differential gears. So we'll see how the fitment goes on this. So in the box here, we also have the rear cap on here, which is nice. They supply that, and also a new base gasket for the case. So definitely nice. They supply you everything, and also all your screws to redo it. So you're not using your old hardware. They supply all the new stuff you're supposed to use. And I will be putting a little bit of blue Loctite on here. Been using this stuff. I use the blue or the red. Now, you use the red. Remember, don't put the red on anything that you're taking out pretty regularly, or you pretty much don't want to ever come out again. All right, let's get the spark over here, get this thing torn apart. I'm not going to bore you with every step. We're going to go ahead and get this thing torn apart, get the old one pulled off, and we'll start working on a new one. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get the back end torn off here. I got to get the top center brace pulled off, and then you just got to screw your rear chassis brace, and then your screws on your diff case on the bottom here. And then it should drop off, and we can go ahead and get the back segment just as one piece, get it all replaced out, get it back on there again. And if I really like the fitment of the back, I'm probably going to do the same to the front. That way that both of them got the aluminum diff cases on there and don't have to worry about the gears as much. This is always the fun part, trying to get all the dirt out of the screw head so you can actually get them out, because you don't want any dirt in there, because you got to use, especially if you use a drill to take them out. If you don't have that thing sunk in there the whole way, you will be stripping them out. So make sure all the dirt's out of the holes before you try taking them out. Just like that, 6 screws, your 4 here, your 2 here in the center, and now you got the whole back end in one piece. And we'll go ahead and strip her down to the case and get this thing replaced out. All right, well, we got the gear case pulled out of here. Got the diff in hand, plenty of grease on there. And actually, this one feels pretty decent. I'm holding the camera so I can't spin it, but it actually feels pretty decent, the fluid in there. We got everything pulled out, got the rest of that all together. So we're going to go ahead and transfer over the pinion and all this good stuff over to the aluminum one, and we'll see how everything fits up. Well, so far, the bearing fitment up in the case is great. It's nice and tight tolerances. It's not sloppy. Guys, I've gotten some aluminum cases for other cars from other manufacturers, and the tolerances for the bearings inside were sloppy. They slid right in really easily or had a little bit of play. It was terrible. So far, so good. Okay, I got the diff fitted up in here, and this one has 2 shims on it, which is what it had stock, even in the plastic case. And with the 2 shims in there, it is perfect. There is zero, and I mean zero, play from side to side in there. Because what you don't want is that thing sliding from side to side and having any play, because obviously then it'll pull your gear away from your pinion and your input gear here, and that's why you start stripping teeth a lot easier. So on mine, it was 2 shims on the gear side. Cases can be different, so obviously it might not be 2 for everybody, but 2 for this one is the great fitment. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing greased up, get the new cap put on the back, and should be ready to rock and roll. All right, all fitted up, all screwed together. Got the 2 screws in the top here first. I put just one tiny little drop of Loctite on there, the blue stuff. Put some new grease in there. The grease that comes in here on the factory, to be honest with you, seems a little bit too thick and tacky. So I took a lot of it out and put in my red and tacky stuff in here, which works great. So feels nice and smooth. I think she's going to be a winner, guys. She's coming together very nicely. Everything's fitting up beautiful. Couldn't be happier with the case so far. And definitely everything fits nice and tight in there. And can't wait to take this thing out for its next bash. Hopefully summer comes sooner than later. I'm getting tired of the snow, guys. I'm looking forward to the summertime again and getting to go out there and have some fun and some more ramp bashes. But I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this thing together and get her bolted back up to the car. Okay, the whole back end's all back together again. Everything's moving nice and free and spinning nicely. So got all the screws back in where they're supposed to. Put a few little Loctite on a couple of them. I mainly put them on the ones that hit the aluminum diff case itself. Nothing that hits plastic, obviously, but there's 4. This one on both sides that hit the diff case. I just put one little drop of blue Loctite on there just to help hold them in there, but that's about it. But she's all back together and ready to roll. Now, getting these gaskets on, somebody might have a different idea, or maybe a better idea, but I put a real thin coat of grease on the case here, all around where the gasket's going to go. And that does 2 things. It kind of helps seals a little bit better, but also allows the gasket to stick in place while you're getting it mounted up. All right, boys and girls, well, she is all back together again and moving nice and smooth. Loving the rear case. Fitment was great. All the tolerances were just absolutely on point. So, you know, if you're thinking about changing yours out, whether it be on the Spark or the Isugo or the Caguar or any of them, The Crowley diff cases are definitely a great fitment, and the tolerances are really nice. So I figured I'd give one a try. Now that I know that the fitment is great, everything is really nice, I'm going to order one for the front and do that also so that I don't have to worry about any of my diffs. But she's all back together again. Can't wait to take this thing out for its next rip, and this car has been a ton of fun. You know, I was recently chatting with a couple people about this, and I'm going to throw it on this video. I am honestly really excited. There is finally another car company putting together an honest, great basher and a good car and a quality car. Because, you know, you've got your normal two major manufacturers out there with Arma and Traxxas. And, you know, guys, I'm glad that there's finally somebody else out there putting something out there to honestly compete with them. And, you know, Crowley has been putting together a great car, a lot of their cars this year. I've been super impressed with seeing other videos and talking with guys that own them. And, guys, if you're thinking about getting something else and rather than going with your normal, the two that are out there, honestly, give Crowley a try. You won't be disappointed. The cars are fast, fun, they handle great, they're durable. And parts, you know, even if your local hobby shop doesn't carry the parts, you can get the parts within 2 to 3 days or less. You know, either from eBay or from the Team Crowley site. I've ordered these parts, and it was 2 or 3 days later, they were at my doorstep. So you don't have to wait ages for parts for these things, so don't let that hold you back. Give them a try, guys. Honestly, having a lot of fun with this car and can't wait to take it out for its next bash. And I'm glad there's finally something else to add to my shelf that, you know, that's worthy of a good bash and can actually hold together. And I'm definitely excited for what Crowley's got coming here in the future, too. So, again, want to send a big thank you to Crowley out there for putting together an amazing car, having a ton of fun with this thing. But, guys, that's going to do it for today. So, until next time, y'all be safe. Be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.